All right, my people, we don't show again. As we know, once camera show, Wetin dey follow and Wetin update. And why the thing they get more interesting now be say now they give me ginger make I dey come up with more updates. Like I always talk at the end of the videos, they say if you get question, drop am under the comment section. Once we see updates go follow am. So now one of the update, in fact, this one no be even one update. This one now, I be like say almost everybody comments about this topic now wey we wan talk about. So now it make me say make I just bring am come sharp make we tackle that one so that everybody go know. In fact, as we go even dey tag all the people wey talk about this, we go tag all of them under this post so that they go get the info directly as e dey hot. All right, so wetin I wan talk about today, so many people don go under the comment section dey talk wetin, say make I talk about fuel dumping. Look am, I say this one we need to bring am to una knowledge so that everybody go know wetin dey happen for that part. All right, so na that fuel dumping and na we carry come today so that all of us we go understand wetin dey happen. No be peace, aeroplane dey peace. Understand? And no be leak, the tank dey leak. And again, no be control level na in the aeroplane dey. Control level na that area wey we say e dey cold. Aeroplane come dey pass through and the exhaust of the aeroplane wey dey hot dey mix with the cold air wey dey for the environment. E come be like say the aeroplane dey blow out smoke. Una come dey see that line wey dey follow and dey go. Some persons say na fuel dumping be that one. Some persons dey mix the fuel dumping for that one. Some persons dey mix that one for the fuel dumping. All right, good. So some persons dey ask why they dump the fuel. So now that is the main thing, the main cocoa of this fuel dumping. Why they dump fuel? The reason why they dump fuel for aeroplane be say all this lecture why they give, all these tips then why they give una. Now Wetin, everything revolves around Wetin, safety. Now safety be the main cocoa of aviation. Why they dump the fuel be say aeroplane get wetin they call maximum takeoff weight. Come get wetin they call maximum landing weight. E get so many other limitations them, you know, maximum this, maximum that, blah blah blah, you know, basic weight, blah blah blah, all those calculations then e dey. But you see these two, maximum takeoff weight and maximum landing weight. May we leave and now see aeroplane take off at maximum takeoff weight. But e get the number of hours then wey the aeroplane go fly so that e go burn fuel, e go reduce the weight. They know they reduce the weight of human being wey dey inside the aeroplane. They know they reduce the weight of cargo wey dey inside the aeroplane. The only weight wey you fit reduce for inside the aeroplane na the weight of the fuel. And that fuel wey dey reduce the weight, how they take reduce am be say as the aeroplane dey move, e dey burn fuel. As e dey consume that fuel, the fuel quantity dey reduce. So now e come happen say we don take off and they need to come back land again. They never burn reach that level of fuel wey they suppose burn for them to remain below the maximum landing weight. Wetin they gats do? They gats throw away the fuel. Throw am till e reach the level wey be say they go fit land that aeroplane safely. They don dey below the maximum landing weight. Reason being that you no fit carry aeroplane wey be say, let's say the maximum landing weight na, let's say 200,000 kilograms, like the 777s, the A330s, A380s, those ones are the baba them, Boeing 747 them and all that, wey be say their weight dey reach like 400,000 kilograms, 500,000 kilograms. You take off with that same weight, and the landing weight now let's say 250,000 kilograms. E come be say you see dey like 450,000 kilograms. You say you wan land the aeroplane like that. As that plane dey touch ground like this, if you want this wing fit fall to way go this side, this one go the other side. The landing gear them, that tire them, one you fit shoot enter inside the aeroplane, the people wey dey inside dey go catch am. If na your seat e dey, you go see yourself for inside for on top the roof of the aeroplane. All right, you know, so they gats reduce the weight by reducing the fuel. So as they reduce that fuel, na im be that thing wey they call fuel dumping or fuel jettisoning, depending on the grammar wey you wan give am. All right, that is it for it. Now, another aspect of it be wetin? Regulation wey dey follow am. Regulation wey dey follow am. No be say you just take off now, e come be say something happen. So now, some persons fit ask say, okay, wetin fit make that fuel dumping make e happen? Wetin fit make am na emergencies wey fit happen as aeroplane dey take off, or maybe e don dey en route, or e don dey go anywhere wey e dey go. One of them fit be say maybe as the plane dey take off, e come get bird strike. As e get the bird strike, e don continue the take off o. But the bird strike now happen say e come spoil something for the engine of the aeroplane. Maybe one of the engine fail or something like that. That aeroplane no go continue that journey with one engine. E gats do wetin? E gats come back and land. So for him to come back and land, remember the weight, the takeoff weight dey very very high pass the landing weight. Let's say na flight wey dey fly from Lagos now go something like New York, wey go be like 12 hours flight. So the fuel wey dey on top the tank fit reach like fuel wey go carry the plane for like 16 or 17 hours. As e dey take off from Lagos, e get bird strike and e need to come back and land. Fuel wey dey talk about this thing now fit be like 200 tons or 250 tons, and e need to burn am down to like maybe 100 or 50 tons before e go fit land, based on the weight of the passengers, weight of the bag and all that. So you see say for him to come back and land, e need do wetin? E need reduce those fuel to the barest minimum wey be say they go fit land that plane safely. Bird strike can cause that. Engine failure fit cause am. All right, wetin again? Medical emergency. Let's say as they take off now, they fly, they go. E get passenger wey come dey critically sick, wey be say they don assess the situation, they no fit continue that flight with that passenger. They gats look for a safe and suitable aircraft wey they go land. If they never burn down the fuel, wey be say e don reach that landing weight, maximum landing weight below am, wetin they go do na wetin? They gats jettison the fuel or dump the fuel. All right, so these and some other reasons dem wey be say the pilot dey fit flight control problem fit cause am. The plane take off now, they dey get flight control problem. They will try, some will come back, land first, but they have to reduce the landing weight of the aeroplane. All right, those are the things then wey fit make all those things make it happen, and so many other reasons. If the pilots then deem am fit say we no fit continue this journey, we gats come back and land, and our fuel or whatever still dey too much, with the maximum landing weight we still exceed am, we still pass am, the gas do wetin? They gas dump the fuel. They dump am. Once e dey below the max landing weight, they go now divert, land anywhere where they want land, whether na the Lagos or maybe Accra or any nearby airport wey dey okay for them to land, wey they choose, they go there, go land safely. All right, na that one be that. So another thing about this fuel dumping, another thing wey the pilots then they go take into account before they do this fuel dumping, na wetin again? The environment where they go dump the fuel. All right, the location where they go dump the fuel. So no be say as you take off from Lagos now, you just take off, still dey on top of Egbeda, you fit say you dey go Yankee, you dey Egbeda first tag the area, you fit say you go dump fuel, you just open the nozzle, just dey pour fuel, dey throw away. No be so. E get everything for aviation do wetin? Get procedure. So once the pilots then see say they go do they go dump fuel, they go first do wetin? They go contact the ATC. Now the ATC now go now take them, go to some area where they go dump that fuel, wey be say na place where the authority don reserve for operations like that. Maybe like overhead the ocean, Atlantic Ocean, they fit tell them say okay, make they fly go that side, pick up a hold around there somewhere there, and now do that fuel dumping for that place. No be say they dey pour and put inside the water o, no. But e still get wetin minimum altitude wey be say before aeroplane go dump fuel, e no fit dey below that altitude. Generally na 6,000 feet or more. So if the plane wan come back come land, e go climb pass 6,000 feet, fit go 10,000, 20, depending on whatever the situation is. E go now dey for on top that altitude. E go dey on top that altitude, maybe inside ocean or inside a river, or maybe desert, or maybe a forest wey be say people no dey stay around that area, but the air traffic controllers, they don already know where areas dem wey dey already the authorities don provide for those kind of operation. They go now vector them, tell them say, oh yeah, make una go that side, una go 10 miles or 20 miles, so direction, to the west of so area, or to the south or to the north of so area. Then enter a hold over that area at that altitude, which must be above 6,000 feet. And there they fit dey do wetin, do that fuel dumping. All right, why they do am like that? Because one, they no fit dey do fuel dumping at low altitude. If they do am at low altitude, na im be say that thing wey we say the time wey we small, wey we dey for village, get some kind rain wey be say e go just come, e go just do, e go disappear. That time wey we small, we dey say e be like say God come punish you that time. E come be say aeroplane just dey fly pass. You go say e be like say na the piece wey dey for inside the aeroplane na im dey flush, e come dey pour for our body. Na so we dey reason at the time wey we small. Anyways, no be so. So they don want a situation wey be say the thing go dey low altitude. As they dey dump the fuel go just dey pour, dey touch human beings or objects dem wey dey within the residential areas. They do am wey be in a situation wey be say above that 6,000 feet. By the time wey they dump that fuel, wey e dey comot from the nozzle, e don vaporize, breeze don carry am, e don turn to normal air. So even if e touch anybody or touch any object wey dey on ground, they no fit feel am like say na fuel e be. It will just be like normal air wey we dey breathe. All right, so you know they do am in a way wey be say e no go really affect human beings. All right, that is why they have a designated area wey be say they go push the aeroplane go, carry your wahala go that side, go dey solve your problem. When you solve your problem finish, you let us know. All right, na so the matter take be. Another thing be say, like I tell una say na safety. Aviation all about safety. Pilots dem wey dey fly the aeroplane wey wan dump fuel, they no go just say we wan dump fuel. You go just open the nozzle, just dey dump the fuel. Everything get procedure. So the pilots gats follow that procedure in line with the air traffic controllers. They gats give a call to the ATC, tell them say they dey dump fuel. Now ATC go tell them the place where they go do the fuel dumping. If they go that place, they go still tell ATC say we are here. Now we are initiating the fuel dumping, and it go take us like, let's say, 5 minutes or 10 minutes before we go finish the dumping of the fuel, reach the level where we want the fuel dey. They go now close the nozzle, now tell the ATC say okay, we don't finish our fuel dumping, now we are ready to come and land. ATC go now clear them, tell them to come and land. And at least their communication, now im go make ATC know where dem dey, or where ATC position them, and the time when they start the fuel dumping. ATC sef on im own go now do announcement for all the aeroplane wey dey within their airspace, say so area e get so aeroplane wey dey dump fuel for that side, say make nobody find himself for that side. Make una leave them, make they do their business for there. If they do finish, they go join us. All right. After every 3 minutes, the air traffic controller go still do the announcement again, so that here we no hear for the first time, the second time you go hear am. Every 3 minutes, ATC go dey repeat am. You go dey do am like broadcast announcement for the airspace, so that everybody wey dey there, wey dey the airspace, they go dey hear wetin im dey talk. Know say this side na no go area at so so altitude within this time. All right, until those people come give them feedback, say we don finish, we wan come back, they go now clear am. Then ATC go still do another broadcast again, come tell every traffic, every aircraft wey dey the airspace, say the fuel dumping don finish. That area now don dey clear for any kind operation. If they vector you, go that side. All right, and so the matter take be. So now some persons fit ask say, na every aircraft na dem dey do this fuel dumping or this fuel jettison? No be every aeroplane get the capabilities to do am. Aeroplanes dem wey dey do am na mainly all these big aeroplanes dem. Like for the commercials na like A330, Boeing 777, Boeing 787, A350, 747, 380, you know, all those wide bodies then where they do long haul operations, where we say they feel as they take off now straight 10, 12, 15 hours, they tear their movements, they go. So now all those kind big aeroplanes then, and them they do all this kind. You get some other private jets, them smaller aircraft, then we get those capabilities, but a few of them, you know, no be all of them. So I know carry the ones that when they do it for head, but they get a few of them we get those capabilities. But the smaller and medium aeroplanes, them maybe like 737, A320, Embraer 190, 195, where they fly, all those ones we no get those aircrafts categories. They no get those fuel dumping capabilities, because the operation where they do now short flights, where we say 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours flight. So even if they load them, the aeroplane reach the maximum takeoff weight, which normally it dey pass the maximum landing weight. Then, but the thing we say, the margin for the maximum takeoff weight and the maximum landing weight for those narrow body aeroplanes, then e no too far. And I remember the time why they mentioned the figures for these other big aeroplanes, then those ones then fit carry like 250,000 kilograms, 1,000 kilograms, so no be 250 kilograms, 250,000 kilograms of fuel alone, when we say they go dump through away. So you see say 250,000 and 200,000, you see say the margin e wide die. So they no fit carry that kind of weight, say they use and they land. But for these other narrow body aeroplanes, then maximum takeoff weight and the maximum landing weight, most times now, if you they see like 10 tons, that's 10,000 kilograms, or maybe less than 10,000 kilograms difference for the maximum takeoff and the maximum landing. So now, if it now happen, say they can't take off, those other conditions, then why I mentioned, it can't happen to any of them, they need to come back and land. The manufacturers of those aeroplanes don't already manufacture the aeroplane in a way where we say they fit land within they call max landing weight or above max landing weight. Now that one get technique where they use do am. So for the crew, then for the pilots, then what they go do be say they guys follow the procedure to land that plane at above the max landing weight, of which most of the procedure will tell you say the landing has to be a smooth landing, the descent rate to touchdown has to be less than 300 feet per minute rate of descent, and the runway has to be longer and all that. So they have to obey that. If the runway now, let's say for Lagos, we get two runways, we get the international runway, can't get the local runway. If the international runway dey longer than the local runway, the crew go now decide, say, okay, if they do the calculation, they say, okay, it's better may we land on the international way dey longer, so that because the higher the weight, the more the speed wey they go use touchdown. So on that touchdown, instead of the normal touchdown wey they suppose do if their weight dey below the max landing weight, e fit dey increase by 5 knot or 6 knot or 7 knots. So they gats factor am in, do wetin, go land for the longer runway wey be the international runway for Lagos here. All right, so all those things na conditions dem wey they gats put into place before they take their final decision on wetin to do. So no be every aeroplane get this fuel dumping capabilities. Mainly na the big boys, the bigger aeroplanes, some military aeroplanes as well do fuel dumping, and some private jets. I can't pick anyone for now, but maybe if you need to know about that, let me know on the comment section. I will now let you know the private jets then wey fit do fuel dumping. All right, so that is it for it, guys. If you get any further question, abeg no forget to do wetin, drop am under the comment section, so that from there we go do wetin, come up with another update for all of us. I still love you guys, Captain Callistus, always.